Hey everyone, welcome to Blossoming Souls. Thank you so much for being here. It is my honor, and I am so thankful to be able to share this gift with you. This gift of message from Spirit, this gift of healing words of wisdom from our guides, your guides, my guides. And as I said in my last reading, I had COVID. I am now clear and feeling much better. And thank you for your prayers and support. And yes, my family is better. We are on the road to full recovery. And during that time, I have been had the opportunity to sort of wind down a little bit and recharge and really feel into the authentic me. And today I feel very blessed, despite having COVID and things like that. I feel very blessed that I have this gift to give and that I have this connection with all of you. And as I woke up this morning, it is very early here in New England. It is 4:54 a.m. and I couldn't sleep anymore. So I woke up hearing this, first of all, hearing the name Peter. And I do think Peter is a saint, or maybe Peter the Great, Peter the saint, some form of Peter in this message somewhere. But I was hearing this verse that I had heard when I was a kid when I was growing up in church. And I think I told you that story where I grew up in a Baptist church later in life to discover that I don't really have a specific religion anymore. I did learn a lot, some big lessons from that time in my life, but now my spirituality is key here, and my beliefs are my beliefs. And if I always say, if I had a religion, it would be love. But I woke up hearing this message, this verse, and it actually is a song that was sang in the church when I was growing up, but it's "Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me after thy will. While I am waiting, yielded and still." And so hearing that song and that sort of poem, if you will, brings me to a interesting place where I feel very focused on it, kind of focusing energy in on the importance of being still. And I think I mentioned that in the last reading, in the last message, the importance of being still and listening to your own inner dialogue, listening to your guides, your God or goddess, whoever it is you choose to believe in, and really paying attention to the authenticity of who you are. Not who you were, not who you will be, who you are right in this moment, where you've come from, not where you're going, but everything that you've learned along the way. I had an opportunity to speak to, and we will get to the cards, but first let me just go with what I'm feeling here and what is coming in. I had an opportunity to have a brief conversation with someone that I know very well. And he told me that he and his person broke up and that there was a lot of toxicity and things like that and whatever. And he said to me, he said, I just feel bad because of all the wasted time. And I said to him, wait a minute. If you learned anything from this relationship that you had with this person, it's not wasted time. Everything in life is a learning journey. It's like a big classroom. There's always something to learn. And I feel as if that statement and what I said to him helped him a lot to process the breakup. And he said, thank you, that really helped. And that is a very, very good point. And he said, you know, prior to that, he had said, I feel like I'm taking a step back. And I said, no, you're taking a step forward. You're moving away from something that you learned that was very important in your life. And now you can take that with you going forward as a well-earned piece of information, learning on your path, on your stepping stone to wherever you are going and whatever you're going to experience next. And so with that verse that song that I said to you earlier about have thine own way while I'm waiting, yielded and still, I think after every experience, it's important to take a moment to kind of digest what we've learned, not focus in on the negativity of it, but to focus in on, okay, I really learned something important here. And the important lesson I learned, I don't have to repeat it again because now I know. It's like when you're a child and your parent tells you, don't touch the stove, it's hot. And the child does it anyways. And they feel the burn and wish they hadn't done it. And know that they will never do that again. So don't beat yourself up over any learning experiences along the way or something that didn't work. Know that it is a very, very important lesson and sort of a stepping stone to more beautiful experiences in your life. As we go forward into this message and reading, I did feel the importance of using the energy cards today to see where everybody is as a collective in this beautiful journey. And I do feel the presence of some very important messages and energy sharing from the guides, spirit guides, whoever is here with us today. As I said, I heard the name Peter. It could be Peter, the saint. It could be, let's see who comes in. It could be someone who's listening whose name is Peter, or you know somebody with that name. And then finally, I felt the presence of Lord Ganesh. So, Lord Ganesha, these cards are the most beautiful cards, and when we get to them, you'll see. But let me start out with the energy cards today. Let's see what the energy is. What is the general energy today, guys? Let me just, pardon me while I pick up the cards I dropped on the floor. Okay. What is the general energy today, guides, for the collective? And as you see, I put my fall decor out as a backdrop today. And I know I'm a little early, but I love fall. I love the autumn season, the colors, the designs, the decorations, and I just really, it puts me in a beautiful energy, just seeing the colors. Thank you, guys. What do we have today? I had a feeling because I did sort of feel the presence of the great healer of the ages, and that's, I resonate with Jesus with that, the healer of the ages, Master Jesus. And I feel like a lot of us are coming off of some sort of, or out of some sort of funk or energy. And there's some cleanup that has to be done. And I feel like the energy and the spirit of Jesus, Master Jesus, is here with us today to kind of help us along and aid us in our journey of healing. And I'm hearing the word appreciation. I'm feeling as if we need to sort of thank the universe, thank our guides, thank our divine creator, and thank yourself for going through something that you're at the tail end of it now, you've come out of it, but you are ready to learn from this experience. And I do feel as if it is really important to give thanks for those experiences. I don't know why I'm seeing checkers, like a checkerboard, or but I'm seeing these checkers pattern, not just in black and white, but other colors like yellow and black and all different colors. And I'm hearing checkered past. Yes, maybe some of us do have a colored past, checkered past, or whatever that means. Maybe a very active past in some way, shape, or form. But I'm hearing that and seeing that, you know how with checkers, it's like the pattern is sort of not just one straight line, it's different angles. So we're seeing things in different ways, and maybe we've experienced things that not typically are experienced in a typical way, if that makes any sense to anyone. So I'm seeing and hearing that you can expect to have some twists and turns along this journey, but it doesn't mean you have to be afraid of those twists and turns, because sometimes dodging certain things is protection for you. And maybe sometimes there have been obstacles or delays along the way that were there for a reason, to protect you and to help you. Maybe you were not supposed to rush into something, so there was a delay. Be thankful for those delays, okay? I know for me personally, there's some things sometimes that I'm just so excited about, and I just know it's the right time. But then something happens where there's a delay, and I get upset because it's like, how could I be so wrong? I thought it was the right timing. But I think what we feel in those moments is there is a time for this. It's just not in that moment, because maybe there's something else that we need to learn or experience, or maybe a person that has to come into our path to sort of give us that added extra little something that we need to enhance us that much more, so we can have a better experience. And thank you, Spirit, because I feel like that applies to me. It's like a light bulb over the head. And I feel as if Spirit is so willing today and eager to share these messages with us. Not that Spirit is never willing, but I'm just saying there's like an eagerness here to share this message. There is a door to romance here. Passion is what I'm hearing here with this card. Not necessarily a romantic love relationship, as in marriage or whatever. I feel like this is more of a passionate relationship to open up the doors of opportunity for creativity, for maybe starting down a new entrepreneurial path, or a I hear opening up a can of worms, but not in the sense that it's going to, oh boy, start trouble. This is more unlocking your true potential, to stop being bound in your own fears. I do feel as if something has now is going to stop being delayed. I feel like there's a delay that's coming to an end for a lot of you. And I feel like maybe you have felt trapped, and I think we do from time to time. We feel trapped in our own, like we can't get out of our own way, and we can't figure out what's next. And I feel like whatever that was that we felt trapped, wasn't the appropriate energy for that. It was more that you were being protected for a while, however long that was. And now something is breaking, like a dam breaking and opening up for you opportunities that you maybe don't expect, or maybe something you wished for a while back and forgot about, or just maybe gave up on. And Spirit says, no, this was just a learning experience. It was you being protected. Maybe there had to be a clearing of a path. Maybe there were people in the way, or their energy was in the way, and it would have maybe halted or affected your energy, and it would have affected your success. So I'm not saying push people out of the way. I'm saying maybe it just wasn't the right. There needed to be some sort of clearing, that maybe that person had to go in a different direction, or go off on their doing something else, while you, now it's clear for you. And I'm feeling like a burning off of that energy, sort of like saging your home or your environment, to clear that energy. And so I feel like the door's open for you. There's a path. Some of you may see it as hazy and not clear, and you don't know. But don't be afraid to start moving energetically. Don't be afraid. Because it's like when it's a storm and it's hazy, it's humid, it's cloudy, but then there's a clearing with the sun burning off the humidity and the condensation, and it opens up that opportunity for you to see. Are there any more cards in the energy deck guides? I feel like there's one more before we move on to something else. I feel like some of you are interested in greenhouse, but I'm hearing energy as well. But greenhouse, growing your own plants and flowers, and maybe possibly selling them, or creating your own nursery with plants and vegetables. And I see sunflowers. I know we're coming upon fall now, so some of those flowers, if you put them out in the open into the earth now, unprotected, they probably wouldn't survive. But I feel like someone's creating a greenhouse. I was looking at the bottom of the deck of this Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and I did see Gaia's garden here. Okay? Fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. And I feel like there's some sort of passionate, someone has a really amazing energy, sort of what you would call a green thumb. And that movie, it has the phrase, if you build it, they will come. It was about the baseball field. Kevin Costner was in it, I believe. And he was guided. I won't go into that too much because I can't remember the whole movie, but I remember that phrase, if you build it, they will come. And so I believe whoever this applies to, whatever you're planning to build, a greenhouse or something, whatever it is, it will be successful. And Spirit says you just needed some time. You needed some protection from that energy that might have discouraged you or held you back, but this is not there anymore. And so this literally in this moment with this story about the greenhouse, but it also applies to those who have been wishing for something and have been aspiring to become whoever it is that you have been wanting to become in your artistic or creative abilities. Something is coming into fruition with abundance of even greater skills than you had before. I'm telling you. Maybe you're a salesperson and something's going to be kind of just take off for you. And it might have been a bumpy start, and you may have had some financial difficulties in the beginning, but I believe something is the right energy, the right people, the right audience, the right energetic balance. Thank you, Spirit, is here for you. Okay? Let me just, going back to the energy cards for a moment. And who is Peter, may I ask? Because I know that came in the beginning, guys. Is it a person? Is it spirit? Is it a saint? Who are we talking Peter here? So before I get to this card, or the World card came out, and like I said, I feel like something has been kept from you, but not for a bad reason. Because look, there is, if you hear the dark side of the moon, so to speak, is something that was unknown to you. And it was, let me just share with you something. When I heard the name Peter, I heard this story once. So forgive if it's not totally accurate, but this is what I remember from the story. I remember hearing about I don't know if he was a prophet, but I will say that way back in maybe biblical era, this Peter was a diehard, browbeating person who felt that he saw the laws of God in a certain way, and he believed that everybody should believe what he did. And he believed in the fire and brimstone type of preaching to people, where if I scare them into obedience to God, they will behave and they will be, they will be, he meant the best for them, but he was really harsh with his teachings. And so, from what I remember from this story, he was on a journey to like maybe another town to go preach the word. And he fell and lost his sight. And he prayed to his God. He prayed to God and said, I don't understand. I'm supposed to be a vessel. I'm supposed to preach. I'm supposed to, and while he was in this state of blindness, he heard and felt a very important message from his God, from God, or from an energy, higher source, telling him, understanding goodness isn't about fire and brimstone. And in the story, he was understanding that his God was telling him, love isn't being a good person and living a good life isn't about guilt and a set of rules. It's about love. And until you see that within yourself, I can't allow you to go on and deliver this type of message or these type of messages in that way, because I am not a God of fire and brimstone and damnation and guilt and fear. That is not what I want for these people. I want them to see that life is about love. It is about feeling into what is right within themselves, not seeing or feeling as if God is about punishment. That's not what I want. And until you see that, Peter, you will remain blind. And this wasn't a punishment from God. This is a story, guys. Do you see the significance of this message to Peter? I do believe this message was about, it was a story. It was not intended to be, well, God's going to blind you if you don't, loosen up. It was about Peter energetically seeing the truth. And Peter, in the story, did regain his sight after he realized, wow, that's a powerful message to see and understand that life isn't about fire and damnation and guilt and beating yourself up and scaring someone straight. It's about inner peace with what you believe, what resonates with you. Inner peace with the cycle of life and knowing that we are body, mind, spirit. And so when our body doesn't align with our spirit, it's not going to be balanced. And so I believe that that message and that story, I believe that we all come into a place where we feel that we have to punish ourselves and we have to allow ourselves to stay stuck. And we trick ourselves into believing we're trapped because we believe we don't deserve better. And so God says, stop being blinded by that untruth within yourself. The truth is that whatever was in this dark side here that you were holding back from, snap out of it. Do you remember the movie Moonstruck? So this is about a lesson in moving beyond, coming out of the thick of the woods into that clearing where this beautiful light is waiting for you. The angel of love is here to guide you and to help you find your way. Okay? Lord Ganesh, what is it that you would like to say to us today as a group, as a collective? Please enlighten us with your beautiful art, your beautiful cards, your beautiful message. What is it that you would like to say to all of us today, please? We eagerly await your message. You're coming into prosperity, everyone, in some way, shape, or form. No longer in the dark, no longer in poverty, no longer in untruths. In some way, shape, or form, you are coming into prosperity because that is where you're meant to be. So I feel, going back to the creativity thing, you're finding your way with regards to your passion, your creativity, your entrepreneurial. I feel as if whatever funk you've been in financially, something opens up for you. And it's not like, I don't believe that we have to wait for everything to fall into our lap. I believe we have to we have to allow ourselves to open up to our own beautiful abundance within ourselves, like a cornucopia. If you ever see those pictures of a cornucopia, of a feast, fruit falling out, an endless supply of satiation, never to go hungry and never to go thirsty again. That prosperity awaits you. And the energy and the spirit of Lord Ganesh is here. Lord Ganesh is a energy of obstacle removal. No more obstacles in your path. And some of you are coming into some sort of childlike expression of who you are. No more hiding you. You are going to be your own person. For me, I have been studying artists and painters and their styles, and lately I've been kind of coming into this place where I love them, I support them, love their styles, but it's not mine. So I have this childlike authenticity that I want to birth into my art and my paintings, my own style. And I've picked up a lot of tools and tips along the way. As you see in the background, I'm painting a fall setting here. But I am my own person. I am authentic. I have my own authentic stamp, just as all of you do. You are who you are. Thank you, Lord Ganesh, for that beautiful message. Guys, I'm going to end this. But I feel like there's something more. What is it? Let's see which. Lord Ganesh? Or is it this one? Okay. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. There's one more message here from someone. Some spirit, some energy. I feel like this energy is feminine. And remember, we all have feminine and masculine energies within us, in our energy. So this message here, let me just pause this for a minute, because I feel like there's something else that I'm going to come back to that. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms is a really good deck. For me, it resonates, and the energy always seems spot on with this deck. So here we have the Ice Queen, okay? Ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. So I feel like this energy here, there's some ideas that some of you had that were put on ice because your energy wasn't fully in the right place. I feel like there was maybe some sort of expectation that wasn't maybe in the right place at the right time for whatever it is you wanted to bring forward in your future. And I think some of you, like myself, was sort of wanting it now. I want this now. I want this now. And the universe was saying, I thought you wanted this success, but you can't. We want to give this to you bigger and better. We don't want you to just settle anymore, because that's what you've done your whole life. And so I believe that the Ice Queen, that female energy I felt, is sort of like a motherly instinct. Sort of like when you're in the car and someone stops short in front of you, you have to slam on the brakes. And so you instinctively put your arm out to protect your passenger, your child, to protect them. It's just something we do. And I feel like that sort of spirit saying, that's the universe saying, hold on, my child. Hold on, not quite yet. Let me protect you. And let's work this, put this into a greater outcome for you. And just hold your horses. I want this now. I know what's best for you. Okay? So calm that down and wait a minute. That's what I feel this energy is. And so I feel like this ringmaster scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, details. I feel like that's the universe saying, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You wanted this, and I want to give it to you greater than you ever could imagine. Let me help you bring out your truest potential here. Let me help you on this path to success in your life. Okay? Let me show you something in greater detail with a better experience for you. This is the universe. This is your soul. It's God. It's your guides. It's could even be somebody that has gone on and is looking out for you. Okay, so all of those energies together combined to help you on this journey, on this long-awaited fruition. Okay, something coming to fruition. This was for your good, and it's coming, my friend. It is coming, or for some of you, it is here. Let go and allow it to permeate, to come to fruition the way it's supposed to. You'll know. You will know. I feel like this message is so on point, especially for me. It really does ring true for me. I will tell you that I have been feeling a bit discouraged with my own trying to get my business off the ground with my art and products and my Etsy store and all of that. And it hasn't been, honestly, I haven't made any sales yet. And it's been months. So I almost gave up and closed down my shop, but I feel as if this Lord Ganesh energy is here to say, you have all the ability and success available to you. But I feel like maybe there has been some sort of energy alignment that's been necessary in order for this to happen. And not to put all my eggs in one basket. So there's a lot of opportunities out there for me. I just haven't been open to them because I've been so focused on not being successful with my store that I have overlooked other things that are other potentially great success for me. And so Spirit says, listen, this is this is you coming in to a belonging of who you are, a belonging of that success, a balance of that energy to bring you forth to fruition and abundance in whatever it is you're doing. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Because if you strongly feel that you just feel that resonance, like this is your niche, this is what you should be doing, this is what you're good at, then you're supposed to be good at it for a reason. Allow yourself to accept the timing of whatever this is that has to align and be balanced so you can move forward. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I certainly have enjoyed being here with you, and I miss you so much. I am going to sign off here and wish you a very blessed day and days ahead. And know that my energy, I'm with you every step of the way. Even though sometimes I'm absent for a few days or a few weeks, I don't forget, and I haven't left. So please know that. And if you ever want to drop me a line on email. I'm at blossomingsouls1111@gmail.com. Leave me a comment if you'd like. I try to answer my comments. And just know that I'm here. If you feel like you want to support me energetically, I am on Etsy under Creative Works for the number 4 U, and I do have some products out there that I'm pretty proud of. A lot of them are my own designs that I painted and that I want to share with all of you. And just know that just your energy sharing and support is enough for me. Thank you and God bless. Until next time, for all of you, love and light. Namaste.